What's up, you guys? It's Daniel here. So, have you ever thought about renting where you live or buying where you live? If you ever thought about that, hit that like button right now. So, this video is going to be about if you should rent or buy where you live. So, think about this. It'd be great to have some paper or something. I have a whiteboard to write down, but no worries. So, think about this. If you want to buy where you live, you have to pay 20% down on that mortgage, right? So if you want to rent where you live, you have to pay rent each month. So let me find some. Say if you want to live in a house, in a beautiful house, but you're like you want to be an investor too, like invest in properties or invest in stocks or invest in whatever you want. So if you were to buy, you found a house for 500,000 that you want to live in. This is the house that I want to live in. But then to buy the house, you need to put 100,000 down. So you need to pay 100,000 and then get a mortgage of 400,000, right? To live in the house. But then again, if you think about the other way around, if you take that 100,000, buy 5 houses worth 100,000 each, so it's 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Well, you get it, right? Right. So that those houses they could pay for, and sorry, okay. So you could, instead of buying the house for 500,000, you could rent the house for 500. So the house is worth 500,000, but you rent it for £1,000 a month. Which should be possible. All right, well, to be more fair, let's say £1,500 a month. You rent the house for £1,500 a month, but the other houses, they're giving you £2,500 a month. So that you have 5 houses here, you want to live here, so 3 of the houses, they pay for your rent. And then 2 of the houses, they give you an income, which means that you live for free and you get money, you get paid for live there. So you can have a gorgeous house and get rent. So instead of tying your money up in one house, you could buy 5 different houses and get a bit of income, extra income. That is why a lot of business owners, a lot of property investors, they live in a beautiful, expensive house, but they do not own the house. They own a lot of smaller houses. But I'm saying a lot, not everybody. A lot of people do love to own where they live, which is also perfectly fine. So if you're struggling with imagining this, because it can be a bit weird, first time I heard it, it was really strange. So I did draw it down. So I'll explain it really quick. So you have the house here that you really want to live in. It's really expensive. So it's a 500,000 house, a big house, like garage and everything. But you need to pay 100,000 to live there. And then obviously the rent wouldn't be here because you live there. So you would pay around £300 a month, maybe, or £400 a month bills and everything, right? So if you instead take these 100,000 that you were supposed to put down on that house, buy 5 of those houses, which is worth 100,000 each. We're keeping the figures simple. So you pay 5 times 20, and you rent them out. You rent them out, and you get £500 profit from each house. So your profit is £500 each month from the one house, which is possible out there, which is fairly possible. And then you rent this massive house instead, and 3 of those houses, because 3 times 500 is 1,500. So you probably rent it for 1,100, 1,200, and the bills and everything. So we say 1,500. Keep it simple. 1,500 is all your costs. But then you have 2 more houses. Those 2 more houses, they give you an income, so that you have an income too. So when we buy property, we think about cash flow, so we get a bit of income every month. Yes, the house grows in value. This house would probably grow more in value. Yes, that's true. But why invest in something where there's no cash flow? Well, some billionaires and multi-millionaires, they do buy houses in fairly say London just for the yield, which in all fairness is 4% per year, around that. But there's no cash flow. So you could get higher returns on the smaller houses than in the bigger houses, which is not always true, but in this likely case, it really is. So hope you get something out of that. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'm here to give you some advice, trying to help you get started. If you want to, something good to think about. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe and the bell if you want to follow my journey. So that's it.